How's it going, Top Forest TV? My name is Jack, and welcome to my preview for Nottingham Forest vs Queen's Park Rangers, taking place at the City Ground. For me, it's tomorrow night, but for you lot, it's probably going to be tonight because this one is I'm recording this a little bit late, and Dan's probably going to be uploading it in the morning, so it'll be tonight for you, but tomorrow night for me. You didn't really need to know that, but just thought I would let you know anyway. Yeah, massive game this one. I think it's understandable as fans that we are looking at Sunday, and we're looking at the Liverpool game, looking at the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, the furthest that we've got in my lifetime, the furthest that we've got since 1996 in the FA Cup. The first time we're playing Liverpool in my lifetime, so it's understandable as fans that we're getting a bit carried away with it. But you see the likes of Cooper and his players, and it's after every game, Cooper just says, "I'm looking forward to the next game." The next game's the biggest game that we've got, in our future, if you will. We beat Huddersfield, and he's like, Reading, looking at Reading, or whoever it was at the weekend at that time. Was it Reading? No, I don't think it was, but it doesn't matter. It was Sheffield United, I think. But anyway, was it Sheffield United? It might have been Reading. I don't know. Anyway, you might be able to tell I'm a bit tired, so I might be a little bit all over the place here, but we're going with it anyway. But yeah, tomorrow night or tonight, depending on when you see this, it is a massive, massive game because they are fifth at the minute, and we want to be there, really. If we could finish at the end of the season fifth place, I would be absolutely delighted. Given how things have panned out this year, I'd be absolutely delighted. But yeah, they're a side that are in that area where we want to be, and you've got to try and beat those teams. It's good to beat the teams below you and sort of down there near the bottom, but you're not beating the teams around you. You're not taking advantage of opportunities that arise, because it's a massive opportunity if we beat them. I can't remember exactly sort of the points tally between us, but that's massive. We're taking points off a rival who are around us, who we will then grow closer to in terms of points. And we have a game in hand on them, so that's massive. Maybe even two if you count the Fulham game the weekend, and that we missed because of the FA Cup. Yeah, it's massive opportunity, one where we really need to put all our focus in. And I know Cooper and his team are not going to let any of the players sort of have an eye on the the Liverpool game, have an eye on what's happened at the weekend. They're going to be fully focused, both eyes slap bang on that QPR game, because it's massive. It's a massive game. Obviously, we're off the back of an incredible 4-0 win against Reading. Brilliant. I saw the highlights. Unfortunately, I couldn't watch it live because I was busy over the weekend, but fantastic from what I saw. Keelan Davis, my man, he's on absolute fire. He was brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That second goal, it deserved the shirt whipped off in celebration, because it was just the way that he sent that defender with a turn and then just slotted it in I won't say slotted it in, but in off the post. Yeah, brilliant stuff, absolutely brilliant stuff. Yeah, he's really, really coming into his own, Keelan Davis, and it's fantastic to see. It's really great to see how the lone players are all coming out, showing their love for the club. Sort of Max Lowe's been talking about it a lot. I don't know where the quotes are coming from. I don't know if he's had an interview with the club or whatever, but he's really, really bigging up the club. He's saying that since that Sheffield United game, he's a Forest player. Even though he's on loan for Sheffield United, a Forest player, he wants to succeed. He wants Forest to succeed. He wanted us to get all 3 points, and sometimes when you face your former club, or not your former club, your parent club, you kind of maybe want them to win, because you know that you're going back to them, and you want them to be in the best position for you to go back to them. But I think, with Lowe, he's fallen in love with the club, and he wants us to be the best we can, get to the highest position we can, win as many games as we can, get every win that we can, and if that means beating his parent club and stopping them from getting promotion, for example, or playoffs or whatever, then so be it, because he's a Forest, I guess you could say, Forest employee. Even though he is only on loan, he's someone that has fallen in love with the club, and you sort of see Davis and what he's been saying, how he's in love with the club, and he said it's the happiest he's ever been, the best football he's ever played. You just really got to make that count. Spence, you look how happy he is. That's going to be obviously difficult along with Garner. They're not going to be easy, but you look at Zink potentially, Lowe, Davis. There's so many good things coming out from the loan players at the minute. It's really great to see, because it just gives you that feeling that the club is finally a place to be. Because I know there's been so much in the past where, like, there's what's his name, like Varentos or whatever his name is. Can't remember how to pronounce it off the top of my head. But he just went to like Matt Mills and said, "You're out. Like, pack your bags to go in tomorrow. Find yourself a new club." There's been like reports of players saying that Forest was like an awful experience. Matty Fryatt literally sued the club because we didn't give him enough attention in his injuries and things. You know, it's been an absolute shambles. But the works that Cooper and Murphy have put in and done together, it's just been absolutely fantastic to watch, because they really have formed something here at the club where people want to come to Forest. They see it as an attractive proposition rather than a place to avoid. And you know, you see with the players that we've got at the moment, Johnson had the opportunity to leave, wanted to stay. Yates has just signed a new contract, which is massive. You know, it's really looks like a place to be at the minute, and that's brilliant to see. So yeah, in terms of QPR, they are, like I mentioned earlier, they are currently 5th. Last 3 games, they have lost 2 and won 1. Their most recent was a 2-1 win against Luton. Before that, they obviously endured 2 losses. I can't remember off the top of my head who they were against, but yeah, that helped us. I guess you could say that helped us in a way. Them dropping 6 points out of possible 9, only picking up the 3 points against Luton, which again, that's kind of a battle in that playoff area. Luton doing very well this season. In some cases, you could say overachieving. In other cases, I don't really like to say overachieving too much, because they are there for a reason, because they're good enough, and they're there because they've won those games and that sort of thing. And yes, I guess you could say that they are performing better than they expected, but I wouldn't say overachieving, because they deserve to be there, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, they've got some really good players. You know, Chris Willock at the minute is someone that you look at and he looks a cut above, really. He looks like he's someone probably a little bit too good for the Championship. He looks really, really good, does Chris Willock. They've got Gray, and Andre Gray, I think they've got, scored a penalty against Luton. You know, they've got a really good side there. Mark Warburton's doing a brilliant job there. Didn't quite work out at Forest. Nearly took us down, really. But he's done a brilliant job there. Turned Albert Adoma into a wing-back, which I don't think, you know, many managers would have thought to do. So, yeah, fair play to him. But, yeah, last time we did play was that crazy 1-1 where Colback scored a last-minute volley. Scenes like that again would be very much appreciated. Well, I'm not going to be there, unfortunately, but you get the drift. But yeah, I think 3 points for either side is huge. I think for us more so than them, if we can get the 3 points, then that could be one massive step to the playoffs, because I so desperately want Forest to get in the playoffs after the Sabri season and you know, just playoff heartache all my life, really. You look at Yeovil, at the first time I was really able to understand what the playoffs were, pain. You know, Blackpool, Swansea, pain. I think all 3 of those, actually, we were winning the first leg and we bottled the second. I was there for the Blackpool game, and that was just painful. That was painful. I think DJ Campbell scored. I think it was like 5-3 or something, and DJ Campbell scored a goal to put the nail in the coffin, and it was just painful, so painful. But yeah, a massive win needed. I don't mean massive as in like another 4-0 win, but if we can win by 4 goals, then that would be superb. But I think at this point in the season, I don't really care how we win, as long as we just win the games, we just win matches, because it's the business end of the season, and you want to get 3 points. I don't care if we play awful football and we scrape it 1-0 every game. I don't care, as long as we do what we need to do and get the 3 points on the board and move up the table. Then that's exactly what we need to do. So yeah, I think in terms of the starting 11, I think it's going to be very similar to the one that started against Reading, other than the fact that we've got Cook and Lowe out, which is going to be a big loss, because Steve Cook at the back has been huge with his leadership, in his just know-how and understanding. Lowe down that left-hand side has been really good. Will he bring in Richie Laya? Will we get to see him play? Or will Colback be shifted there? I don't know. I'm not bothered by either, because I think Cooper knows what he's doing, and Colback is competent there, and he's been doing really well and putting in really good performances in that position. So fair play to him there. But other than that, I think it's really going to be quite unchanged. I think Davis definitely should start. He's been brilliant recently, and I'm really glad that he's managed to get 2 goals to add to his tally, because he's thoroughly deserves it. He's been brilliant. His hold-up play, bringing players into the game, it's been fantastic. So I'm really chuffed for him that he could get 2 goals on the sheet against Reading. And then Joe Worrell was absolutely exceptional from what I saw, bringing the ball out and progressing from the back, which is massive. Will he be able to do it with so much freedom without Cook if we go to sort of a 4 at the back? And maybe not, but I think, overall, we've got to play a very similar lineup. Do I bring Samba in for Horvath? No, I don't think so. I think Horvath has shown why Cooper's paying his faith, because he's been really good, and he's not really made many mistakes since being in this time round. Obviously, he made that big mistake against Middlesbrough, but he's been really safe, assured, been a really good goalkeeper, so I don't think we should change him, to be honest. I love Samba, but he's done his job, and he's doing really well, Horvath, so he's definitely got to stay in for me. So score line for me, predictions. I'm going to go Forest 1, QPR 0. Just feel it's going to be a 1-0, and we can really make it count, get a massive 3 points, because we really need this to push forward this season, to just show a statement of intent on the playoffs. Say we're not here to mess about, we're here to really stake our claim, and to beat QPR would be a massive step to do that. I'm really excited for this one, and I cannot wait to see how it unfolds. Let us know down in the comment section down below who you think should start, who you think will score. If I had to go with the goal scorer, I would go with Keenan Davis. But really excited for this one. Really cannot wait. And hopefully we can see another 3 points on the board. So if you enjoy, like this video, subscribe if you are new around here. And come on, you Reds.